Alright, good evening people. Welcome to the broadcast tonight. We still don't have a name for our server tonight, so yeah, just bear with us. It was a bit of a test broadcast to see how we go. As you can see, tonight we're broadcasting SMAC, Star Master Australian Championship. We're into Season 4 tonight, and this is round 1 at Road Atlanta. Just go to some live pictures now of the guys out on track. They're currently just doing a practice warm-up before the race starts. And we've got about 3 minutes left of the practice session at the moment. So yeah, I'll just bring up some times and we'll see what guys are sort of doing at the moment. Some driver info. Watching Marcelo Rivera, he was the season champion last season, so he's here trying to defend that title this season. These are just the current practice times. These aren't actually the grid. We'll take you through the grid once the race server clicks over to the next server. Yeah, Riley Preston we've got. He's a newcomer to the series this season. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's definitely got pace. He's been front runner in the practice sessions and qualified up there as well. Benjamin Smith, Justin Strickland, these are names we usually see at the top. Michael McCabe, one of them. Dylan Francis, as I said, Marcelo's there as well. Anthony Mensarella, Daniel Benefield, Andy Carey, and Simon Fiegel. Also a newcomer with ERA, I believe. Flick over, Ian Ford, Mark Rayner, David Arnold, Aaron Osborne, Gary Hamilton, Matthew Nethercote, Jake Blackhall, Michael Manley, Mark Pickett, and Michael Rushton. Warren Pickering in 21st at the moment, Phil Gadd, AJ Bear, David Jelling, Brett Wilson, David Pegler, Hayden Dodman, Ben Miles, Simon Gelly, and Dylan Shepherd. And Andrew Kiss and Mitchell McLeod round out the field. So we've got 32 cars, it looks like, in the server at the moment. We did have 68 cars in the 2 practice sessions earlier, so definitely another bumper field. I think that's actually a record for SMAC for one night. Is 68 cars. I think the previous record was about 63 or so. So a really good turnout for race 1 this evening. Might have a look at our track. We're at Road Atlanta on the short version, so normally there is a longer bit where it's round there. There's usually a longer bit that goes up to a double right-hander and it comes down the main straight, so we've shortcut that part of the track. These cars seem to like a bit of draft. We've taken a bit of draft away by running on the short version. So yeah, the racing tonight should be fairly interesting. 30 cars on a fairly tight layout track should produce some interesting vision. Partly cloudy, we've got wind speed at 10 kilometers an hour, humidity 81, 35 degree track temperatures fairly high, so we'll see how the guys cope with those as we finish off our warm-up session. I need to give a big shout out to Bernie and RTV for allowing me to use the overlays that he normally uses, so big thanks to him and RTV. Just reset the overlays so we actually get accurate information. Got to reset them again. Yeah, lights go green and we're off. It's a clean start so far. few cars running wide there on turn 1, and this is where we could see a few accidents. We've had quite a few cars go off track at the start here, so we've had a few off tracks for different cars. Looks like Benjamin Smith's got out to a great start. His teammate Marcelo Rivera right behind him. Again, this is a test broadcast, so I apologise, I'm by myself, so it might get a bit boring just listening to me, but I apologise for that. Hopefully the racing makes up for it. So we've got ERA cars first, second and third at the moment, so a good start for the ERA guys. And we've got a few guys coming into the pits. Gary Hamilton, Justin Strickland. Gary Hamilton's done 11.2 seconds stop and Justin Strickland the 13.4, so they obviously tried to get themselves out of a bit of traffic, try and get some clear track and make some pace while they can. Race control tonight, shout out to Matt Wilkins and Scott Stevens. Scott's from JFF, so he's giving us a hand in race control in split 2 tonight, and Scott Connors and Josh Burden from JFF as well is helping us out in the top split for tonight's race in race control. Hopefully all the sound and everything's all working the way it's meant to. Been trying to, again, like I said, this is just a test broadcast, so bear with us while we try and get on our feet. If you have any suggestions for names for our broadcast channel, feel free to leave it in the comments, and yeah, we'll look at them, and any feedback that you might have as well that we can improve on would be helpful as well. I might just go on board for a lap here with Marcelo Rivera. As you can see, it's quite twisty and undulating track, this one. Doesn't seem to be making too much ground on his team out in front, but they are sort of leaving Ian Ford behind a little bit. I'll just have a look at where everyone sits at the moment. So it's actually ERA 1, 2, 3 and 4, so well done to them guys. We predicted this would happen coming to this season, that they'd probably be fairly dominating in the championship this season. Daniel Benefield in 5th, Michael McCabe, Hayden Donovan, Dylan Shepherd, he's another regular that we see up the front, Andy Carey and Mitchell McLeod. There's a few battles going on by the looks of it, but the field is starting to get a little bit spread out, and we see a few people have pitted early. Might go a bit back in the field here. Looks like we've got... who have we got here? Hayden Dodman right on the back. Or Dylan Shepherd by the looks of it. These cars do have a bit of downforce, so they can go too wide, but turn ones are really a single groove corner, so it'll be interesting to see how they get through. Yeah, Hayden Dodman's backed out of that one. Smart move. Here we have two ERA teammates battling as well, back in the field. This is for 13th and 14th position. Anthony Mansorella and Jake Blackwell. Riley Preston's starting to catch Ian Ford a little bit here, so we'll see whether or not he can get up close and whether or not he can get a move done. Looks like our leaders are starting to catch traffic. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he can get past here cleanly. Looks like he's going to let him by. I thought Jake might have been able to get past Anthony there, but couldn't quite get the move done. Bit of a battle happening here. We got Simon Fiegel, Matthew Nethercote and AJ Bear. It's pretty close wheel to wheel. Almost made contact. Preston's all over the back of Ian Ford here. Looks like he's going to try and make the move into the chicane. Gets it done. Looks like Ian Ford braked a little bit early just to allow that move to happen. And he's not giving up. He's fighting back straight away. It looks like we've had Marcelo Rivera take a pit stop. No, maybe he's just had an accident. Oh, yep, he's in the pits now. 2.3 seconds stop, so I don't think that's quite accurate. Oh, yep, 12.5 seconds, he's on his way now. So, yep, Marcelo Rivera has made his pit stop. So we'll see whether or not that will pay off for him. Looks like he's got a little bit of clear track ahead of him, so now he just needs to pump out those quick lap times and try and go faster, try and get and beat Ben Smith. I think he was racing. Got Mitchell McLeod now coming onto the back of Hayden Dodman. Might get a bit of aero push through this. Oh, he's lost it. He managed to save that somehow. Just have a look at that on a replay. Oh, that was a great save. Back to live pitches. It's a tight little battle forming here. tight four-way battle. Which, yeah, 2 into turn 1 does not work. Looks like they might have got away with that little bit of contact. This might seem like an easy corner to do, but it's actually quite difficult to get the line right. You go a little bit wide and you really just drift off, and it's quite easy to run wide and off the track. Good to see both drivers here giving plenty of room and not trying to push the other one off track. These cars are good for side-by-side racing, as we've got one pull off into the pits. We've got Marcelo Rivera, who was racing at the front, come up on this back paddle pack now, so he's going to try and get through here as quickly as he possibly can. Have a look at this from the helicopter view. Maybe the blimp. As you can see, they're sort of fairly close together. Looks like Simon Gellick got a run here. Couldn't quite get the move done. Marcelo's up the inside, so he's making his way through the field. He won't want to be battling these guys too long because it's just going to be holding him up. Two positions in 2 corners. Well done. It looks like Marcelo is the first runner of our cars that have pitted. Average pit stop time seems to be around the 11 to 12 second mark, so that's around about where we're looking at the moment. Very late move on the brakes. Looks like he only just managed to pull that up then. Yeah, he's lost the run out of that corner, but I'm sure he'll hold position here. These guys certainly play for keeps. I'm not seeing too many incidents. Plenty of off tracks happening, but I don't think there's been any contact between these cars yet, so it's been a fairly clean race. Probably, ooh, that was close. Fairly clean race, and yeah, I'm sure race control is having a fairly easy time of it. Have a look at our fastest lap currently. Ben Smith, 53.153. That's pretty quick. I think that could actually be faster than qualifying pace. So it looks like Marcelo has managed to get through this group, and he puts his sights on the next car in front of him. And he's made a mistake there. Bit of a commentator's curse. And Ben Smith out front. Yeah, he's just he's putting an even bigger gap on Riley Preston now. He's just pulling away out to almost 5 seconds the gap. Daniel Bentlefield's coming a little bit closer to Riley Preston, and he's got a bit of company with Michael McCabe behind him. So we'll see whether or not these guys can catch up and get anything done. Sorry, I shouldn't have moved away from that battle. He's got a run on him here. He might go and make a move up the inside. And Daniel yielded the corner. Now, we've spoken about it before, but passing a car obviously takes skill, but it also actually does take a bit of skill to be passed, to know when you're beaten and when to fight. You need to know the difference between those, and yeah, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and just accept the fact that yeah, you need to just take that little bit wider line, let the car through. That way, it doesn't hold up both of you. The longer you fight, the more time you're going to lose. So, clever driving there by Daniel. We've still got no other takers for the pits yet. So Marcelo Rivera is currently in 16th place, and he's our first of the cars that are pitted. Looks like Ian Ford has flinched. He's coming into the pits now. Mark Rayner and Mitchell McLeod also in the pits. David Jellings also in the pits. So we're starting to see some of the top 10 guys starting to blink. Might just go an onboard lap here with Michael McCabe. Into the pits. Might just stay with him on the pit stop so viewers at home can actually see what it's like during a pit stop here. We'll soon find out whether or not he's taking tyres. These guys don't need to take tyres, so this will be an interesting way to find out. Yep, the car's not getting jacked up at all, so it's just a fuel stop only, and he'll be on his way. That told me it was a 0.1 second stop. Obviously, it was a lot longer than that, so we'll see where he comes out in the next battle. Switch back to our outside view. Ben Smith's still out in front, he hasn't pitted yet, and the gap back to second place is just over 11 seconds. Riley Preston in the pits. Now it'll be interesting to see where he comes out, as Marcelo Rivera was in front of him before the stops. And Marcelo's going down the front straight now. Preston's just coming out of the pit, so this will be pretty tight. That was very tight. This should be an interesting battle. These are all pretty fast drivers. Oops. And a bit of netcode there. Marcelo seems to have dropped off for timing. I'm not sure what's happened there. Marcelo does seem to have disappeared though. Sorry about that, folks. Dylan Shepherd's just come out of the pits by the looks. I'm not sure if that was teammate on teammate then. Just have a quick look in the replay. It'll be interesting to see how Race Control views that one. Daniel Benefield pushing Riley Preston wide by the looks. Head back to our live pictures. Aggressive there from Dylan Shepherd, cutting the nose of Riley Preston. But skill from both drivers there, otherwise that could have been quite an incident. Looks like we've got 13 laps remaining. Ben Smith has completed his pit stop now, and he's still in the lead. I think he's led every lap now, so he's not going to let anyone score that bonus point for leading a lap. It's quite a tight battle of cars here. We've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, all covered by about 1.5 seconds. Gary Hamilton, that's a name we haven't mentioned for most of this race. It's good to see him up there into the top few guys.
User joined your channel.
Right, I'd just like to welcome Scott Connors to the commentary booth from Race Control. How's the race going so far, Scott?
Oh, good evening, Trent and the viewers. It's going not too bad. Just had a little incident there with Benefield and Preston there, and asked him to redress it, which he did, which is very thankful. And we just had a little other incident with AJ Bear. We did warn him. He did receive a drive-through. We did warn him, and he did not want to serve his drive-through. We did it over race comms and extra, and he did not serve it, so we had to DQ him, which is a bit unfortunate. Like, doing drive-through, it's not a big thing. Like, you've wrecked another driver's race, and you don't want to serve a drive-through. So, other than that, it's been a pretty good race. Seems like Ben Smith has run away with the race.
Yeah, he's certainly been in command. I called it earlier that he's actually led every lap, but no, Dylan Shepherd actually did lead a lap, and I said he's led 2 laps. I don't know, my timing's all out of whack or something, but yeah, he's certainly well in command of this race. Looks like he's got like a 14-second lead out the front, so yeah, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, it looks like Shepherd has just had a bit of an incident there. He's actually lost a lot of positions. He's gone from 2nd to 5th, 6th. He's even gone further.
Yeah, I think he had an off track. I think I wasn't on live pictures, unfortunately, so I apologise to the viewers for that. I was wondering why my timing wasn't matching what I was seeing on screen, but yeah, it looks like Dylan's had a bit of an incident. I might just try and go back, see if I can find.
Right, I'll see what happened here. Ian Ford has been on the inside.
As Benjamin Smith set another new fastest lap.
A few things happened there. Dylan's got a bit of a shove from Ian Ford. He's just run wide, nothing, a bit of racing.
It's certainly broken up this front group now. Yeah, we were looking at, there's about 6 cars, I think, covered by about 1.5 seconds. So whatever happens, it's certainly broken up that group a bit.
Yeah, so he actually made Ian Ford pit. He must have had a bit of steering damage from that, because he's now in the pits. Got a crash spare and changed front tyres. So
yeah, maybe he maybe the tyres had gone off, or he just forgot to untick them. But it's unfortunate for Ian. He was been up the front there pretty much the entire race.
Yeah, was kind of strong one there, unfortunately. But it's racing, I suppose. And you move on. Now we've got Riley Preston in second, and Gary Hamilton third. Gary Hamilton really come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier actually. I'm not sure where he started, but yeah, I hadn't mentioned him at all during the whole broadcast, and then all of a sudden he's in the top five. So good to see him in that podium position at the moment.
He
And
actually
but
started from fourth.
oh well, I think he might have been one of the earliest to pit, perhaps. And yeah, I think he was actually. He was one of the first to
Yeah, he
pit, so he's
was.
been up the
He did
back.
put on the first lap. That's right.
Yeah, that makes a bit of
He was
sense.
first
But
lap.
we're seeing here Benjamin Smith with a 16-second lead over the next position, which just is not seen in this series at all. So he's just schooling everyone at the moment. Yeah, big ups to him for sheer domination at this track.
Ben Smith, he's a good steerer, and I think he drives. He's a good bloke. I think he would run this series normally, but I think he's got work commitments on most Thursday nights, so that's probably why you don't see him much. But usually when he does, he's usually up the front. And as you can see tonight, he's really showing his skills. The 15-second lead over everyone else.
Hopefully, he managed to hold on to it. We have seen him at the front a few times in these races, but unfortunately, certain incidences happen, whether they're out of his control or not. But he doesn't seem to be able to convert them into results. So it's good to see him up the front. Yeah, just sheer domination here at this track.
It seems like most of the field is spread out now once those pits. It doesn't really look like there's many battles going on at the moment.
As if we did have one, but he's just shortcut the track. Jake Blackwell was battling with Anthony Mansarella, but he completely missed his brake zone by looking at the last chicane, and he's had to go right off track and put him way behind now. He's lost about 6 or 7 seconds there.
Yeah, maybe bit of mirror driving, maybe. Don't know. It's a little bit of a mistake, You make those mistakes every now and then. Easy to do.
We've got David Jellings down in 12th place at the moment. He's a fairly consistent driver, always has been in the last season, so he's sitting just outside the top 10 at the moment. Fairly quiet race for him. Dylan Francis, his teammate, we just had an accident just behind him. Dylan Francis,
Ian
his
Ford.
teammate. Was that Ian
Ford's on
Ford,
his
was it?
roof. Yeah, on his lid. Oh, he's got absolutely cleaned up by Ben
Let's
Miles.
have a
It's
look at replay here,
absolutely.
folks.
Oh, that's a strange one. It's really unlucky being him. He was running. Oh no, he wasn't running. That's right. Don't know.
That is a strange accident. He's sort of, unfortunately, nothing that car could do to avoid Ian Ford there. So that'll be his race done if he's used his fast repair already, as we know from that earlier incident. So
And
unfortunately, that's now put Ian Ford out.
I think he'll fall out. Remaining, so I think he won't be getting out at all. So I think it'll be day done for Ian Ford.
Right, as we go back to live pictures.
It's interesting. A fair few drivers have damage out there, and it doesn't really seem to affect them that much around this track. I think it would affect them more if we had the full back straight, but we've got drivers screaming at each other. That's not nice. Yeah, just with the wing damage, do you know much about the aero on these cars?
Well, I think they are a low downforce financial. Obviously, they're not like a Formula One car has a heck of a lot of downforce. So these are designed to have downforce, but it's not a lot. So if you do cop a little bit of damage to one of the wings, it's not the end of the world. It will affect you a little bit, take away a bit of downforce, could potentially add a bit of drag. But as you said, I don't think it's the end of the world if you do cop a little bit of damage. We have 3 laps remaining now in this race. Gary Hamilton's starting to make a little bit of ground on Riley Preston here. He might be on for a second position if he can get close enough. Now, because we are using the short track, the draft down that back straight isn't quite as strong as what it normally would be. So previously you could get in the draft down that back straight and that'll pretty much keep you in touch. You just get a little bit closer and closer each lap until you can finally make your move, but you don't have that assistance here, especially with that corner leading onto the straight. You get that wrong and you can lose quite a lot of time there. The front pushes and you get a lot of understeer.
But it's good to see the different configuration, as we see Ben Smith, I believe, taking the white flag. But it's good to see different configuration rather than the normal standard configuration. Just mixes a few things up. Good for the drivers. Bit of fresh configuration, something different.
Yeah, it's not something you see driven on very often in the alternate configurations. It was a last-minute decision by the organisers to actually change it to the short track. And I think the drivers have accepted it, and yeah, I think they appreciate the new challenge it offers. Now we've got Ben Smith coming down through the chicane on his penultimate lap. Should be starting his. He should get the white flag this time around.
Oh, yes, it's this time around. I was, yeah.
Good lap ahead of yourself, mate.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of battles a little bit further back here. Try and keep an eye on Ben Smith in one eye, and so make sure I get him crossing the line. But obviously, we want to see guys battling for position as well. See Jake Blackall and Anthony Mansorella having a battle.
Yeah, good battle pack here for 8th position. I got Andy Carey leading at the moment. Oh, now Matthew Nevercoat's going to have a look on the inside, and looks like he's got the pass done. And then Anthony Mansorella's closely behind, and so is Jake Blackhall, and as Ben Smith comes around the last corner to take the victory in the first round of SMAC 4.
Yeah, well done to Ben Smith. As Riley Preston's coming around to finish his lap as well. We'll try and flick back to this battle as soon as we can. In third place as well.
Very controlling win by Ben Smith. Looks like Andrew Carey's going to try and go around the outside. He's on the inside. Oh, contact.
Oh, there's contact.
And Anthony Mansorella's going to benefit from this. So is Jake Blackhall.
That's unfortunate for those guys battling.
And they're going to lose a lot of it. Yeah, so Anthony Mansorella, top 8. Don't think he's raced this in this series either before. I don't think Jake Blackhall has either. So good job for them guys of coming in and getting a top 10.
Yeah, as I touched on earlier, very strong showing from the ERA guys. Quite a few of them in the top 10 now. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in the top 10, so very strong. Not sure what happened to Marcelo Rivera there, but I think there might have been an internet connection issue or something. Did see him flash earlier in the race and just disappeared off our screens.
Looks like Andrew Carey is showing displeasure towards Matthew Nevercoat after the race, which is not nice. We'll have to look into that. I mean, Josh, after the race, but good showing for the first round of the season.
Yeah, we had quite a few drivers show up tonight, so we won't be having driver interviews tonight. But yeah, we'll yeah, in future broadcasts we'll hope to have driver interviews.
And so I'll run through the race results. Do you want to, Trent?
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, mate. I'll have to do that.
I'll do that if you want me to.
I'll just bring up the results page for our viewers at home. There we go.
Yeah, that'd be good idea.
So the top 10, we got Ben Smith taking out the first round of the season. Well done to him. Riley Preston, some 15 and a half seconds behind. So yeah, as we said, very demanding result from Ben Smith there. Gary Hamilton taking out third position. Daniel Benefield in fourth. Dylan Shepherd, after that incident he had, maintaining fifth place. Mitchell McLeod, Justin Strickland, Anthony Mansorella, Jake Blackall, and Matthew Nethercoat take out the top 10.
And from 11th onwards, we got Andy Carey running in 11th, David Jellings in 12th, Mark A. Rayner in 13th, Simon Fiegel in 14th, which was the last driver on the lead lap.
So 15th we got Ben Miles, then we got Warren Pickering, Brett Wilson, Simon Gelly, Mark Pickett, and David Arnold in 20th.
I just realised that I wasn't pressing my mic and I was speaking to myself. I'm
I was
sorry
wondering
about
why
that.
you stopped there, mate. 21st we got Michael McCabe, which is a shame for him. He was actually up the front for quite a lot of that race. I'm not sure what happened to him there. Michael Rushton, David Pegler, Phil Gadd, Andrew Kiss, Dylan Francis. Looks like he had a few incidents late in that race too, because he was up in 14th place with a few laps to go. As we said, Marcelo Rivera, internet issues. Looks like he did make it back because it says he's only 3 laps down, so he must have made it
Yeah,
back into the
he
server.
he did. He made it in after 2 laps, so, which is unfortunate. But it's something out of his control.
Definitely. Ian Ford, I think this is the first of our DNFs here. So Ian Ford, Hayden Dodman, AJ Bear. As we go on to the next page, Michael Manley and Aaron Osborne. Doesn't look like he turned a lap or he was out on the first lap. So,
Yeah, he got collected.
oops, wrong button. Alright, our fastest lap today went to Benjamin Smith. So he had pole, fastest lap, and the win. So he's done the triple there. So well done. He definitely dominated this round.
Well, it really shows like a 15-second lead is pretty decent in these cars. Considering how close the times you are with these fixed setups and stuff. But it's good to see such a big turnout once again for SMAC 4. So it's just growing bigger and bigger every season.
It definitely is. And yeah, so our next round is round 2 at Sebring International Raceway on the international layout. This stage, there probably won't be a broadcast. I'm not sure when our next broadcast will be. Maybe Twin Ring Motegi on the 15th of October. Um, or perhaps Bathurst, because who can go past Bathurst? So thanks to everyone for watching tonight.
We actually got Josh Burton in the
I
commentary
just saw
box.
that myself.
Um,
So
so we will have a little bit of a quick interview with Josh and see how he went in race controls. Josh, welcome to the commentary box. How's race control tonight, mate?
Hey mate, not too bad. Had to DQ one driver for not serving a penalty, but apart from that, there was a couple of little incidents there. There was one on the last lap for driving, blocking pretty hard. So we'll have a look at that one after the race and possibly give him a formal warning about that. But apart from that, there was nothing really. Yeah, it's pretty clean racing all the way through, apart from just a couple of small little incidents.
Definitely a few incidents out there, but it's all right. So there's I don't know what else to say.
it did seem to be a fairly clean race out there tonight, considering the size of the field and the tightness of the track. So yeah, it was good that if you only had to hand out a few penalties and obviously a few post race things that you need to look at. So overall, I think the guys were pretty well behaved out there. Have we got any reports of how the guys in Split 2 went?
Oh,
No, I
no, not at all.
haven't spoken to other guys yet, so
All right, well, that might be something we can chase up later. But if you guys don't have anything else more to add, I think I might wrap this up.
No, I'm good.
nah, just thanks to Scott for the series and as well, Trent.
Yeah, because we all know
No worries, mate.
all know Scott's the man behind it all. So yes, thanks to Scott for being Scott, because
Yep,
Scott is
yep.
just Scott, you know.
And
So
I seem to
yes,
leave bolts behind tyres as well.
yeah, true that, but we won't mention that. Um, so to our viewers, we'll keep you posted on when our next event will be. As I said earlier in the broadcast, if you can try and leave us some comments, we still need a name for this little venture of ours. So if you can put forward some names that might be suited from the community, we'd appreciate that. And any other feedback that you want to leave, we'll take that on board as well. Um, Again, another shout out to Bernie and RRTV for their help in with the overlays and whatnot. He's been kind enough to provide his overlays for use tonight. So definitely a very special thanks to Bernie for his support and moving forward. So yeah, thanks a lot. On behalf of Josh Burton, Scott Connors, I'm Trent Thomas. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to quickly butt in and say Nathan Leckison 1 second split.
Oh, well, there you go. Well done to
That's
Nathan.
my split JFF driver's going good again.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.